Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to care for your luxury shoes. The name luxury means they are expensive, and I have some pairs right here. I have my Hermes bouncing sneakers, I have my Advantage full leather shoes as well, and I also have like a little surprise for this video, a little new pair of shoes that with all of these, I want to share with you how I care for them when they're old as well as when they're brand new out of the box. So I hope this video is going to be helpful for you because we pay so much for our luxury shoes and we're going to walk in them. Water is going to get on them, so we want to at least preserve them as long as we can. We try our best, and these are some products that I truly use on my shoes and I have been really enjoying them. Firstly, I'm going to talk about brand new shoes, how you should prep them before you start using them. And then I'm going to talk about older shoes on how you would clean them, care for them, and then keep them looking as good as new, or at least as clean as possible. So let's start off with brand new shoes, and let me just show you the brand new shoes that I got. So I actually bought a pair of Hermes shoes, and because this is not really an unboxing, let me just show them to you. I got myself a pair of bright orange Paris loafers, and these are suede. And as you know, suede it's one of those leathers that even though it is so tough and hardy, they do need quite a bit of care. So let's start off with this pair first. As you can see, they're brand new and I have not worn them. So the first thing you need to do once you have a pair of new shoes, whether they are suede shoes or they are this is a pair of calf leather shoes, the first thing you want to do is condition them. And now why do you need to do that is because they've been sitting in the box for months and months and months, and you don't really know how long it took from the manufacturer, the factory, till it came to the store, kept in the storeroom, and before you bought them. So a lot of times shoes, the leather of the shoes, though they may look, very like beautiful and they smell amazing, they could be slightly dehydrated. So you actually need to hydrate your shoes or at least lotion them first before you waterproof them, and then you wear them out. That's the best thing you can do for shoes. Now, before I did this, when I first started to buy my luxury shoes, I didn't do that. I just wore them straight out of the box. But over the past 6 months, I have been learning more about shoes and leather care. And yeah, this is the best way you need to do for your shoes once they're out of the box. So first thing is to condition your shoes. So for leather shoes, we'll talk about these shoes later because these are older shoes. I'm going to show you how I clean them and then condition them and then care for them. So for these shoes, because they are leather, this is a product that I use. So this is the Saphir Creme Universal Leather Balm. This is the same leather balm that I use for my leather bags, and all the leather products that I'm using is from Saphir, and Saphir is one of the top leather cleaners, leather conditioners that you can ever get for your luxury bags. They are actually used by French luxury houses. I've heard that even Hermes uses this, but don't quote me on that. Now, Colonial is also something I used to use when it was available. Well, this wasn't available for me, but now that I found a place that you can get it in Singapore, you can also buy it online. I have just gotten rid of all my Colonial and I'm just focusing 100% on Saphir. I will talk about all the different products that I have. So this is one. This is the Saphir Creme Universal. You can use it on bags, shoes, you can use it on clothing, leather jackets. In terms of ingredients, it has jojoba oil, which is very nourishing for your leather products. And it has beeswax, will give it that beautiful shine. Now, it does have a bit of solvent, but it's a very rapid, it will just dissipate very quickly. It's not a very strong solvent where it will strip all the colors of your bags or your leather items. But however, for whatever item you use, you want to test it on a small area first. Now, the solvents are important because if you are going to use this as a cleaner as well, it's going to enable the cream to kind of take off that first layer of wax for that jojoba oil and all the nourishing ingredients to get into the leather. So this is a good one for most leather bags, and for shoes, you want to use it to clean as well. So again, if you're taking your shoes brand new out of the store, I don't mind using this. At least it cleans off a bit of layer, and then the jojoba oil and the beeswax is going to nourish that leather which has been sitting in the box for a while. Now, can you use this on suede? The answer is no, because suede is not smooth leather. You need to use a different product, which I have here. These are the 3 products that you need for suede or like nubuck or any kind of that kind of like furry leather. The first is a very nice big kind of soft. This is a little rough. I want to get something that's softer, but this is a horsehair brush, because when you first get your leather shoes or even a leather suede or nubuck, nubuck you might not use this, but like suede kind of material out from the box, you want to use a brush to fluff the shoe. So you take this and you kind of like brush it like this, and suede, depending on which direction you like move the hairs, it's gonna change, like carpet, you know what I mean? So you really want to fluff out that pile first all over the shoe. Just a clean brush, like this is a horsehair clean brush, fluff it out first, and then the first product that you want to condition suede is the, this is the one, the Renovateur. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but that is the Saphir Renovateur, and it comes in variety of colors. So there's black, there's brown, there's all kinds of like white and all, depending on this color of your suede. But I took the one that's neutral, basically it's colorless, and this is the one that's going to go into the furs, I'm not the right word, right? But into the suede and get it all moisturized. So what I would do is I would shake it, I'll put it outside, and I will give this whole shoe, after fluffing up the pile, a good spritz and let it sit there and dry. Depending on how much time you have, let it sit and dry. It does say here 10 minutes, but usually what I'll do is I would just leave it there for half an hour, maybe a couple of hours, just let it really sink in. Now, once that's done, so similarly, both shoes, once you've given it a good moisturizer, let it wait, let it sink in before you go and waterproof it. So shoes, unlike bags, you want to waterproof it because you're walking, you might get caught in the rain, you might get, something might happen to it. So you want to waterproof your shoes and it will last for longer. Now, very simple, for leather shoes, you just go in with a waterproofer. This is also from Saphir. This is the Super Invulner, and it's basically a waterproofer for, you can use it for suede, smooth leather, all kinds of leather shoes, bags, you can use it as well, and you need to give it a good spritz. But for suede, so the difference is that once you have already put that Renovateur conditioner on it, when it's dry, you need to fluff it again. You want to kind of like give it a bit of a zhoosh, like this. Fluff it out first, and then go in with the waterproofer. Now, this waterproofer, unlike other waterproofers, because I've been doing a lot of research, this is not a permanent waterproofer, and that's a reason for that. Now, if you have something that is really very strong, like it would basically leave a layer of protection, which is good if you have like hiking shoes that you're gonna like really rough it out, then you really want to get something that will waterproof your shoes, and you probably got to scrape off that layer before you can get into the leather. Yes, use that kind of brand. There are some brands I do know. If you want to know, I'll leave them down below. They are like some nano waterproofers, but this waterproofer is something that you need to use regularly, and there is a reason for it. So this waterproofing and stain protection, once it's dry, once you've fluffed it, give it a good spritz, and you might need to go in a couple of times for brand new shoes, and you will know when you have enough waterproofing is that you go to the sink, you take your hands, a little bit of water, and you drizzle on the shoe, and the water should ball up and roll off the shoe. Now, if it's kind of like sinking into the leather again, go in a few more times. Now, what I've found is that you do need to give it a really good spritz. Be generous. Don't be like and then run off. No, you need to be like generous. Maybe you don't have to do it so much on the like leather shoes, but for suede shoes or nubuck shoes, please go and be generous. Don't use the whole can, but it feels like I'm going to use like half the can of it. But you're paying so much for the shoe, go and do it. Now, as I was saying earlier, why this particular brand, or at least the Saphir Super Invulner, is it will wear off. So if you're using the shoes very often, like every day, do go in every once, maybe every month, go and give it a spritz again. It will wear off because the reason is that once it wears off, you are able to condition the shoe again. If it doesn't, and it's like this almost invisible film on the shoe, then you'll need to go in with quite a strong solvent to dissolve that layer, that protective layer, before you can condition the shoe. So pros and cons, like if you want to be able to continuously care for the shoe, like clean the shoe and condition the shoe, you want a waterproofer that is, yeah, give that waterproofing protection, but at the same time be able to be removed off or at least wear off by itself in order for you to get products to clean and condition the shoe. If you're gonna use, you're like, oh no, you know, I don't really want to condition my shoe so often, I'll give it a good condition and then leave it there for like a year, then you go for a waterproofer that is like, there's this brand, Tragus or something like that, which is literally locks in your shoe, and to get beneath that waterproofing, you need to use a solvent to remove it off. So I personally am okay to be a little bit more hardworking and spritz my shoe here and there, and then do it regularly so that at least the shoe is protected for most of the time. Now you know it's going to be worn off because if you get water in it, it'll leave water stains, and that's when you know, well, maybe it's time to give your shoe a condition, give it a clean, and then go in again. So that's how I protect my new shoes. Now let's talk about older shoes. So once I start using them, obviously it will come a time where I need to clean, condition, and then protect again. So I have 3 pairs of shoes: my Advantage shoes, my bouncing sneakers, and as well as my Miu Miu shoes. So these are shoes that I wear, well, the Hermes one not as often, but my Miu Mius have been destroyed, literally. I just wear them so often that my protection, maybe I'm not fast enough. But anyway, this is a pair of shoes, my bouncing sneakers, that I don't wear very often, and I've left it out without protection. And if you can see in the clip, there was spots on the suede. So this shoe is nylon, this kind of like sports material, and then it's got suede here on the front tip as well as the trims, and then obviously there's all this white part here. So for this shoe, when I got them, I didn't protect them. I didn't know about leather shoe care, but now that I know, the first thing I did was, okay, I've got all these weird, almost like stains on the shoe, which are water stains, dirt stains. What is the first thing I need to do? I need to give it a good clean. I needed to scrub the hell out of my shoes, like how you would wash your school shoes. I had to wash my Hermes shoes, and the product that I use is also from Saphir. They are the foam cleaner. This is the universal sneaker care shoes, and you can also use this on leather shoes. You can give your leather shoes a clean. It's good for suede, Nappa leather, nubuck, all textiles. This is a foamy, kind of like a foam cleanser for your face. So the first thing that I did was I went in on this shoe. So I squeezed a couple of, like, give it a good shake, and then I squeezed the foam on top of the shoe. Then I went in with a welt brush. It's also basically like a horsehair brush, a little rougher. For this, you could also use a toothbrush. Leave the product on for a while, like maybe, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes. Let it really sink into the material. Then give it a good scrub, like scrub it out. I even did it on my leather shoes right here, all around the base of the sneaker here, and really scrubbed it out. The darker stains, I didn't go through that because you need a different, like, stronger solvent product. But for regular cleaning, for me to just give it a good scrub, I just went in with this. I almost I won't say soak my shoes, but run it under water and keep scrubbing out that soap. Like you're giving your, like giving your hair a bit of a rush, scrub. So I used it, scrubbed it into the front bit, and obviously some parts here. I was kind of lazy in my video when I'm showing you. But if you're really hardworking, I do recommend removing all the shoelaces and properly doing the clean. But maybe I'll do that when I'm like super hardworking. But overall, I just want to get like the rubber sole here, the front bit, which was nasty with all the dots, give it a good scrub. So I scrubbed it out and then washed it underwater until the soap is gone. One thing you will realize is your shoes are going to be kind of soaked. soaking, like not soaking wet, but they're gonna be like wet, like inside the water is gonna come in. So I would recommend that you remove the insole of the shoes if there are any, and then once it's all clean, like once you've gotten all that soap out, stuff your shoes. Take all those tissue papers that you've been getting from your handbags, or at least like those, you know, these papers, right, from your handbags, the boxes. Stuff your shoes all the way inside, like what I've done here. I've stuffed it all the way inside because it is going to soak up the water. Any kind of water that gets into the shoe here, as well as surrounding the shoe, it's going to soak it up and then leave it to dry overnight. So don't let your shoes like a couple of hours and then dry. No, let it really, really dry. Don't put it under direct sun. Put it nearby where something is ventilated overnight if possible, and then only start the process, which is basically conditioning, and then go in with water protection. So same thing, I did the same thing again. So for these shoes, because there was a little bit of suede here, I went in with the renovateur. I just spritz it. I know this part is textile, but it's okay because, you know, a little bit will not kill it. But then go in with there and then leave it there for 5-10 minutes, half an hour if you can. Then for the leather shoes, again, I went in with the Saphir Creme Universal. There's a little bit of solvent, so if your shoes are black in color, I wouldn't go in with this. I have something else, but you know, being shoes, I'm okay with a little bit of solvent because anyway, it's your shoes. Give it a good, like, smooth it out, let it all sink into the leather shoe, and then again, let it dry, then kapoom, use the super invulner waterproofing and give it a spritz. So in the video, I only like put all my shoes on the table and I spritz it all over. But what I would do is, in reality, because I just want to show you what I did to the shoe, in reality, I would put my hand inside and I would give it a good spritz all over around the rubber part as well. Because remember, this is like a film to protect the shoe from water and stains. And it's just a little bit of protection. With bags, you can also use this. I personally have not used the Super Invulner on my bags yet. I just use a very good conditioner which has a bit of wax property, and wax does give that little layer of protection. Not as much as a full waterproofer, but better than nothing, right? After waterproofing my shoes, leave it to dry. You also need to leave it to dry for quite a while. It says here 30 minutes, but I don't wear my shoes right after I give it all this, you know, give it a clean. I'll just leave it there and then I'll start to use it. But please don't use the waterproofer and then 1 minute later go out and it's raining. It will not work. This is one of those slow drying waterproofing products that is very, very gentle for your leather goods. So I've spoken about all these products for my leather shoe care, but since we're talking about leather care, I'm just going to share with you also very quickly what I do for my bags, because leather is leather, except bags maybe we feel like, oh, you know, it's so much more difficult to care for. So I have 3 more products here to share with you for leather care, and these are the Mador line. Basically, it's the more rich, a little bit more expensive line because they use very, very high quality refined products to create this. So let me start off with a cleaner. So this is the Saphir cleanser, the Mador smooth leather gentle cleanser. As with any cleanser, you want to test it on a small space first. Now it's very different from this particular foam cleanser and this cleanser. You can see this one was I just went in all, but this is more expensive. This is like $30 over for a little top like that. So this one I usually reserve for my leather bags, my high-end leather bags. And a little bit just goes, so like take one of these like cloths, take a little bit and then quickly just rub it out. It is just to remove any dirt from daily use, and it also, because it has a very, it has a little bit of solvent properties to it, but so it will remove any kind of wax that is maybe came from your conditioning products. So it will enable you to condition the bags or leather goods. But it is very, very gentle and it doesn't strip the bag. But that's why you still need to use it on a small part. Then once that's done, let it dry, let it really like, you know, just get all that stuff off first before going in with a conditioner. So as I said earlier, I have this conditioner, which is like a universal conditioner. It has a bit of solvent, so it can also work as a cleaning agent. This is a good one. Like if you want to just get one product for all your leather goods, I do think this is good enough. This and a waterproofer for shoes, it's really good enough because the main ingredient is jojoba oil, which is a very nourishing product, and it doesn't contain mink oil, which has been known to darken certain leathers. But if you're using it in a black bag, honestly, just use the one with mink oil. Now this one is the one that has mink oil, but this is still, it's a very refined and high quality mink oil. And this is the Saphir lotion, smooth leather. It's the one with mink oil, and it has lanolin, beeswax, and like I said, sorry, mink oil as well. And this is really good for your smooth leather, like your full grain leathers, which, you know, you want to get more nourishment into it. It does, if I'm not mistaken, I think it has a little bit of solvent property, so it does do a little gentle cleaning. But again, since you've already cleaned it with this, it's so gentle that it doesn't really matter because it's mainly a nourishing lotion. Now, if you are concerned with the mink oil, or you have very delicate bags like box calf, or you have maybe like exotic leather like ostrich that you still want to give it a nourishment, I would not recommend using these because this lotion and the cream universal, I would go in with this, and this is pure cream. This is specifically designed for Nappa leather, so lamb skin. You can use it for box calf leather, very rich. Does not contain mink oil. It is just almost like, you know, something that you put on your skin. It's so amazing. It is just pure nourishment. There is no solvents in this, so this doesn't do any cleaning. This is pure like moisturizer for your skin. It's very delicate, and it is pretty expensive because just a little bit. Can you imagine if you have a lot of bags, you'll need several of these. So I would use this on lambskin, like really smooth lambskin. I would also use this on box leather. It is also fine. It has jojoba oil and wheat proteins, and you can actually find these kind of products, the ingredients, in cosmetics. So if you can put it in your skin, you can definitely put in your bag. I have used this on my very delicate Chanel bag as well, which is lambskin, and it works fine. It doesn't strip the bag color. But again, for any product that you see that I'm sharing to you, please take a little bit, rub it at the corner of your bag, something that's non-noticeable before you go straight in. And as you can see, some of my bags, they are so dirty after cleaning it. But overall, this is how I take care of all my bags. I have one more product which I haven't tried. I recently got this. This is a gourmand eraser for suede. So if you have suede things like suede bags, suede shoes, this is like an eraser. It's a white little eraser. Basically, if you like kick onto something and got a bit of dirt on your suede, take this, you know, rub it on that dirt part, give it a minute, and then take a brush and then brush it out. It's supposed to erase that surface dirt. So I recently got this. I haven't tried it out, but once I test it, I'll let you know in the future. So anyway, that is my entire leather shoe care, new, old, and a little bit of sharing on bags as well. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I will link all these products in the description section down below. I will link them directly from where I got it, and I do know that they ship overseas because I bought some of them while I was in Malaysia. You can also get them from not Saphir's own site, but other retailers as well. It's expensive because this is something that you need to care for, but if you own very expensive bag, Hermes bags and all, truly these are products that I use on my bag personally and on my shoes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you found this video to be helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.